Bree Thursday comes your way from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. It's reliable representation with your host, Moni Love, and also Representative Avery
Turn
Nelson.
your volume
Comes
down.
up
Yep.
at 6 o'clock, but you all just see what be going on behind the stage before 6 o'clock.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? We're going live in just a moment with the Reliable Representation Show. So we have a very, very special guest that's going to be joining us this evening. So we're just getting queued up and we kicking it off real soon. So y'all come on in here. We got a very interesting and exciting show. We're going to be talking about financial literacy. Isn't that right, Miss Moni?
Yes.
Let me go and pull Miss Moni in. Say hello to everybody, Miss Moni.
Hello, everyone.
And then we're gonna leave our guest backstage. You want to bring her up now?
Yeah, let me bring her on up.
Want to come on out, y'all? Welcome our special guest to the show, Miss Brenda Myers.
Hello, everybody.
She gonna be taking over today and teaching us all a thing or two about financial literacy and so many other wonderful things. I hope y'all have had a fantastic week this week, and kids are out for spring break, so I hope y'all have got some time. I got a chance to spend some time with those kids and enjoy them on their spring break. Unfortunately, I have been working every day, so I haven't got to spend as much time with my kids as I would like. But we're gonna make up for it this weekend and do something very fun. So just been working hard for all of the people at the great state of Mississippi. So it got to be some family time this weekend. Got to get it in. And so you see me over here jamming, getting ready to kick it off in just a moment. I am so excited about the show. It's gonna be a very fun-filled, exciting show. As y'all know, y'all always have a good time with us on Thursday. So why change now? We're gonna continue having a great time. So we're about 1 minute or so out. So y'all go ahead and grab your favorite beverage to drink, get your little snack, and tune on in and wind on down with us and take this week out and start the new one. All right, so we got um, Crystal J. Blige over here. How you doing, Mona J. Blige? Which one you like?
It's Mona J. Blige.
Mona J. Blige. So y'all come on in here, come on in and hang out with us and enjoy this very interesting, fun-filled show that we're going to have. We're going to talk about some very important topics. Y'all got cameras all around. This is where all these cameras come from. I got another one in my face over here. This one. Are we making a TV show, or I guess we're going all that?
It's called Making the Band.
Well, we are making the band. Y'all think
Making politics over here.
Making politics. I like it.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, it's all kind of ring lights and laptops, iPads,
Let's
and
show y'all what we
cell
got going on
phones.
over here.
All kind of stuff. Last week it was a massage table. Ain't a massage table back that day, is it?
Oh yeah, last week y'all he had a massage. How did it feel?
It felt really good. She was very good. I got to go and get an hour session with her with no distractions and get those massages.
Donna Cotton, y'all, and
That's-
Massage by Donna.
Massage by Donna. I appreciate her so much. Okay, you know her too? Okay. It's just like one big happy family here. Everybody knows everybody. I hope all of y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are ready for this show this evening. Got some interesting topics. We're going to be talking about legislation, of course, what's going on at your state capitol. Today was a deadline day, very important deadline day. And we're going to go into more about what the deadline was today, when the next deadline will be, and kind of what you can expect that came out of the great House of Representatives, as well as what's coming to us from the great guys and ladies over at the Senate. And so interesting show. We're going to be kicking it on off in just a moment here.
Join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on WMPR 90.1 FM with your host, Representative Fabian Nelson, and yours truly, Miss Moni Love Media. We can't wait to see you this Thursday, every Thursday on WMPR 90.1. Let's go. See you then. Like, share, and comment, and subscribe.
Welcome to Reliable Representation Talk Show. Thank you, DJ Handyman, for playing that Just Fine, Fine, Fine by Mary J. Blige. We are here today with a special guest in the building, but today I want you to give us a special shout out and celebrate Women's History Month. And we have a special guest that's going to be representing Women's History Month. But here's your host, Representative Fabian Nelson.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, District 66. Thank y'all for joining us and tuning in on 90.1 on all of our streaming, Facebook, and all of our different social media platforms. Y'all really are what makes this show such a special place. Before we really go into things, I just want to kind of talk about something that did happen yesterday. It was actually last night in District 66, and so there was unfortunately a murder. It was Mr. Josiah Kelly. He was shot over by off of Suncrest Drive over in South Jackson. That is in my district. It was right by the Fish Supreme restaurant in that parking lot. So just want to ask everybody, please keep the Kelly family in your prayers. We're going to have to do something about this crime in our city. It was a 19-year-old that shot him. I don't know any details about it, but we're going to have to do something to get people to put these guns down and start settling disputes in another manner. So I want to ask you to please pray for that family. Please pray for our community. And I really hate getting these reports. It disturbs me every time I hear something like that. And so we're going to move on with the show, but we just want to send our condolences to that family and just ask y'all to please keep their family lifted up in prayer.
Yes, we are very sorry for your loss. And we at Reliable Representation Talk Show, we are praying for you guys and everyone in District 66 that is affected by his loss. And we definitely appreciate you as well. On a lighter note, we want to talk about some events that's going on in Jackson, Mississippi. Of course, we do know that this particular month, we have a lot of brunches going on, but I do have the Curvy Chick LLC Business Brunch will be at April the 6th. Is hosted by Erica Gray, and of course later on this month she's going to be on this show, and that's at More Event Space, and you can get the tickets on Eventbrite.com. And then Fun for the Whole Family this Saturday, March the 16th, between 10 and 2 p.m. Join us for health screenings, free food, great door prizes, $25 giveaways every 15 minutes, music, games. This is provided with local healthcare providers and entrepreneurs at the Jackson Hines Health Center at 3502 West Northside Drive. So that's really big. There's something to help out with the community. Of course, it's giveaways, free food, but the main thing is health screenings.
I wonder why you're talking about that. I just want to shout out Dr. Jasmine Chapman, the director of Jackson Comprehensive. Y'all are amazing. They do so many great things over there at that center. I just saw Dr. Chapman a few weeks ago, and she was just telling me about they have a new mammogram machine. Mm-hmm. And so if anybody, needs mammograms done, feel free to reach out to me. I can get you worked, set up and go over there, so that you can go and test the new mammogram machine out over there. But we appreciate Jackson Hines Comprehensive. Y'all provide so many resources to so many different communities. And they're on a sliding scale basically, so yes. They make it affordable for every single person.
Yes, and then we have the Taste of Mississippi, a benefit for Stew Pot, is proud to announce our 2024 entertainment with Southern Comfort Brass Band. Come move something. That's right.
I got it. I want to say hello to Miss Mary Briley all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you for tuning in. We love you so much.
Miss Mary, thank you for tuning in. And also we have the liqueur support Dr. Rose. I got that off of your page.
Okay.
Do you come support Dr. Rose and the American Cancer Society for Best Dress Jackson on March the 20th at liqueur at 6 to 8 p.m. Of course, American Cancer Society is really big. They do give back to the community. So come and support, and also come and support another local Black business, LaCour. And that is something huge. And so we're going to kick it back to Fabian. What did you do this week?
Oh, I've just been, just relaxed on the sofa all day, every day. Just been enjoying life this week. This has been a very, very busy week. We had a deadline today. So today was our deadline to get all of our bills that came out of committee onto the House floor.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to get all of these bills on the House floor, debate them, and either pass them or not pass them. And so we've been working like nonstop. So we've been probably pushing out maybe 75 to 100 bills a day out of the House. And today, our deadline was 11:59 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We finished up at about 2:30 this afternoon. So we worked really hard to get these bills out. And we had some challenging bills and with a lot of questions. So we were able to go in and offer amendments to make the legislation a little bit better where it needs to be better. And so we just been working hard, for the people, getting our bills taken care of. And so next week, what's happening? The Senate had to do the same thing. And so what happens is next week, the bills are going to do what we call crossover.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the Senate bills that they passed are going to come to the House, and all the House bills will go to the Senate. And we start the process over, go through committee, put it out of committee, then we vote on it and figure out what we're going to, do. And I think our next deadline for that is going to be at the end of March. So very, very busy, very, very fun times because, we're getting into all of the hard work and all of the meat.
And I definitely want y'all to stay tuned because I want him to talk about, something that's huge about the Medicaid expansion. Mm-hmm. So people who have, who may not know about that particular bill that's coming up, and that they're actually trying to work on, those legislators are working very hard for you guys to try to make sure that they can get everything in. So that when it come across on the governor's desk, he can actually sign it. I know there is going to be probably some dilemmas, but if they can do everything they can on their end, that's all that matters. Is that they try to work for everyone to try to get that passed. So later on in this show, I want him to come back. Is that okay to talk about that Medicaid expansion, because that's huge?
Most definitely, we'd love to talk about it.
Okay, so we're gonna get into
the fun stuff.
Yes, the fun stuff. So of course, I wanted you guys to be able to hear such wonderful wisdom and great information and this is the time to turn up your dial. This is the time to turn down your TV, go get your notepad, phone a friend, because this particular guest, she's going to give you some information that you're going to need for not only now, but for the future in finances, credit repair, and insurance. So I want to introduce Ms. Brenda Myers.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to Reliable Representation Talk Show.
Welcome.
Thank you guys. I'm so excited to be here.
And Brenda Myers is a highly driven woman who was born to break barriers. She proves that when powered by purpose, women are unstoppable. She built her storied life and career brick by brick, fighting fears and failures and setbacks to have the success she has always known was hers to claim. Today, she personifies what it means to ascend above adversity while inspiring countless others to do the same. She is an entrepreneur, an international best-selling author, wow,
All right,
a public speaker, and a mentor. She is an editor-in-chief of Boss to Boss magazine. That's 2 steps. Okay. She is the president and founder of Entrepreneurs Academy 101, which is an online program to teach aspiring or beginning entrepreneurs how to start and grow their own business. Brenda also realized that there is a need to educate our high school and college students about entrepreneurship. So she created Entrepreneurs Academy 101 Foundation. which is a nonprofit organization that provides scholarships and training for students who want to pursue entrepreneurship. With her passion and desire to empower other women and make a difference in her community, she joined Women for Progress of Mississippi, Inc., an organization that promotes cultural advancement and economic development, which empowering women through Women's Business and Entrepreneurs Network. She has been featured in several publications and has appeared on several media outlets. And now this is just one more. Okay, some of her accomplishments and awards are NAACP Award in 2023. Wow. Top 50 Empowering Women in 2022. And influential women of 2022. Some of the media is New York Weekly Publications, Mississippi Free Press Digital Magazine, and Boston Boss Magazine. So without further ado, Brenda Myers. Get up. Ooh, welcome.
Guys, thank you so much. Wow, did I do all that?
Miss Mona sounded like the church announcement person today.
Bernie
Jenkins.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, I am so glad to be here, to answer any questions that you guys have and just tell you anything about credit repair and insurance. And, we all need this information and, now's the time to get it.
Yes, and a lot of times, people don't know that there's different types of insurances. So could you tell everyone, first of all, what are some of the things that you do with your business and what type of insurances that you offer?
So there are several different types of insurance. My specialty is life insurance, although there is what they call property and casualty that deals with the auto and the homeowners and the renters. My company, we don't specialize in that. We specialize in life insurance. And the different types of life insurance are term life, whole life. You can have senior life, which is a final expense plan. We have something for everybody. A term policy it's just that. It is for a certain term. Just say you have a 10-year term. Your policy is in effect for 10 years. And after that 10-year term, you can either convert it or you just, get a whole life policy or get another term life policy. And a whole life policy is a policy that as long as you pay your premium, you have it for your entire life. A whole life policy is really designed to be purchased, when you're young, because it's a little bit more expensive than a term life policy. So when your kids are small, that's the time to get a whole life policy on your kids. So there's several different types of insurance policies, but the key is to get something. You have to have some type of coverage.
Yes, and I definitely agree. And I know that there are so many different types, and I appreciate you, giving that information. And some of the ones, because I'm a Google cream, so everybody know this. So I did look up some life insurances, so you guys will know what other life insurances or what other insurances are offered, because insurance is just that. It's just to protect you in case of an emergency or something comes up, or like a death, God forbid. So there's life insurance. There's auto insurance, there's health insurance, there's term life insurance, there's whole life insurance, there's umbrella insurance, there's universal life insurance, there's accidental death insurance, travel insurance, credit insurance, pet insurance.
Right, yeah.
You can elaborate, you can stop me anytime.
Oh no, it goes on. And the thing about it is, a lot of times we'll insure our cell phones or our pets, our cars, but we want to insure our lives. So it's really, really important to insure your life, and that protects your family. Because when you die, you're gone. The money is not for you. The money is for your family, the ones that you leave behind. So, there are certain types of insurance. You just have to meet with your insurance specialist and just figure out, which one is best for you.
Can you tell the listeners a little bit about, it was just on my mind, return of premium? policy. A lot of people don't know about that.
Okay, so a return of premium policy is like if you get, you have to have that option when you sign up. So you definitely have to make sure that you have that option to check it on your application. And so at the end of the term, if you outlive your term, then you have you get all your money back. So that's what's called a return of premium. That premium might be a little bit more, but it's worth it. You get all your money back. So, it's like putting it in a savings account.
Yeah, and then you get a big lump sum back. And so,
And I just want to ask you a question. So I know that I don't know which one it is, but I know, is it whole life where you can actually put money into it and then you can borrow against it, or you can take money out without penalties or anything like that?
So a whole life policy, yes, a whole life policy, it accumulates cash value over time, but you have that policy for your whole life. So you pay your premium, and then your it's going to grow cash value. So at some point, you will be able to take that money out. You can take it out as a loan, and it's not taxed because it's not money that you work for. So you grew that money inside of that instrument. So you can take that money out as a loan, and you can pay it back or not, but it'll be taken out of the amount of the insurance.
And see, and this is the thing that I was thinking about when I know you said you would come on and you bless us with coming on, is the fact that a lot of people don't know you don't even have to normally go get a loan, because with loans you actually have to get interest rates and all of that.
Right.
But not only are you protecting you and your family members, but if you wanted to, that could be an easier way than having to go in and get a loan.
Right.
And then you could just pay that back when you can, so that's another thing. And then also, I want to talk about 529Cs. With is that the correct? Okay. So tell everyone what 529C. Do you sell those as well? You don't. Okay. But 529C is where you can actually put money in for your kids.
Oh, my mind went blank. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the Index Universal Life Insurance.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where you can put a certain amount of money inside a policy. It's gonna grow cash value based on the stock market.
Okay.
Normally the S&P 500.
Okay.
And so you put the money in, and over time it grows based on the stock market. Sometimes there's a cap of 9%, so you get 9% interest rate. So let's say if the stock market drops and bottoms out, go into the negative. In the IUL, you won't ever lose any money because the bottom is zero. So we normally say in the industry, zero is our hero,
right?
Because we won't ever lose any money inside of the Index Universal Life Insurance policy. So that's definitely a way to grow money, especially if you have grandkids and you want to try to set them up for future, for college, education. You just want to leave them some money, so they won't have to struggle and stuff like we did, because we didn't know about these things.
No.
Our parents didn't know about these things. So there are so many ways to create wealth inside of a life insurance policy. It's not just a death benefit.
Right.
Back in the day, what our parents had was when the man came to the door on Saturday and knocked on the door, you get an envelope. That's all our parents knew. But now we have all these different choices. And to me, the Index Universal Life Insurance policy is the better one, especially when you want to provide security for your kids and your family for their future. So,
I totally agree with that on every level. I think we do have to prepare for our kids' future, because when they turn 18, a lot of them want to go out of state, to go to college, and then if we don't have the money as parents to send them, then we have to say, oh, well, I'm sorry. But if we already have invested, in their future, that's what's going to be, great for them to be able to have the same advantages as other kids in other cultures.
And we don't want them to get student loans.
No. We definitely don't.
Girl, we come out of college with all kinds of student loans, and you're struggling to pay those back. But if we can set our kids up in a posture where they won't have to do that, that is just putting them ahead already.
Well, talk about the as far as when you have different type of illnesses like cancer, and are there insurance policies for people who already have a precondition health issue.
Mhm. Okay, so we talk about a myth, or is it true?
Yes.
So the myth is that you can't get life insurance if you have a pre-existing condition. Well, that's not true. You can get life insurance if you have a pre-existing condition. There is a policy out there there's something for everybody. And they're called final expense policies, guaranteed issue life insurance policies. The guaranteed issue life insurance policies, that means that they don't ask any medical questions, but you have to live 2 years before the policy would pay full face value. So that's what's called a guaranteed life insurance policy. But then they have what they call final expense policies. The final expense policies are to cover your final expenses, your funeral, your burial. A lot of people think, just, okay, I'm gonna have a funeral and it's gonna cost, $9,000. Well, that's just the church and the hearse and the family cars and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You have the opening and closing of the grave, you have the headstone, you have all the other incidentals that, you don't hardly consider when you're talking about having a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So these final expense policies go up to maybe $30,000, and you can get one of those to cover your final expenses and any other little expenses that you might have before you pass away.
Okay, and Fabian's going to answer the next question.
Okay.
All right, so tell me this: so when you get insurance, do you have to go through like psychological exams or health checks or anything like that to get policies?
No, what they do is they do what you call an MIB, which is your medical insurance background. So based on what medication you're taking, they can tell if you're crazy or not. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I hate for them to see my MIB. They look at that like, no way.
Right. So they look at whatever medications you're taking, and you have to disclose that information. A lot of times people don't want to enclose some things because they think that they won't get coverage. Well, that'll come back to bite you in the long run, because just say you pass away from something you didn't disclose, the insurance company is not going to pay that claim because you didn't tell the truth.
That's a good statement to put out there, because people will.
They will, just to get the coverage, they'll not tell the truth. But when it comes down to it, they're gonna, do their due diligence and find out the truth, because the insurance company is taking on the risk, all the risks, and so they're expecting us, the insured, to be honest. And if you don't be honest,
And I'm gonna tell you one thing that really catches a lot of people, because if you're a smoker, you get a higher rate than a non-smoker. People will say, I'm not a smoker, and get the good rate. They'll pass away, and they don't have to be from lung cancer.
Right.
They'll have to do an autopsy on them, and the autopsy will come back and say they were a smoker.
Right.
And the insurance company will deny that claim because they say you were a smoker. So just like you said, it's important to be honest, because there's no need in having something and not pay, getting a cheaper premium, and then you pass away and your family gets nothing.
Right, absolutely.
So
that's doing them a disservice.
Yeah,
you have it, but you're wondering, is it really going to pay out, or is it not? Who wants to live like that? You want to make sure when you set that up that it's guaranteed that it's going to pay.
That's it.
So.
Okay, so if I was to, let's walk the people in. Say, for example, I call Brenda and I say, Miss Victor Brenda, and you answer the phone.
Brenda speaking.
Yes, I got a referral by Representative Nelson, and I heard you on the radio talking about life insurance, and I'm interested. Currently right now, I'm about 35 years old. I look like I'm 21. So I would like to get insurance for me and my family.
Okay, well, that's good. I applaud you for taking the initiative to cover your family. That's very commendable. I would love to sit down and talk with you and your family. Let's make an appointment and come in and just see what your needs are, and we can make sure that we design a program that's going to, cover all your needs.
All right, and see, that's just as easy as it is. Just pick up the phone, call, and then I want you to give them your number and your social media page, so they'll be able to contact you, and your website, so they can contact you. Go ahead and make a consultation with her. Go ahead and get your life insurance, because I love you. Representative Fabian Nelson loves you. We want you to be covered, and we want your family to be covered. So this is us now. Don't wait till later. We got someone on here that can actually walk you through it. She will be thorough with you. She has a foundation that provides education for this. So go ahead and give me your information.
So if you want to schedule an appointment with me, you can go to the website. It's www.journeyinsuranceSolutions.com.
Journey I'm typing it out for you.
Journey, Journey, InsuranceSolutions.com.
Okay.
And there you can see the different types of insurance coverages that we have. And there's a calendar on there. I think it's through Calendly, but you can schedule a time that we can have a consultation. And you can call me directly. My number is 601-672-0695.
Okay, say that one more time.
Sure, it's 601-672-0695. And I will, if I don't answer right away, I will definitely respond to everything. Make sure you leave me a message, or you can even text me your information, and I'll be glad to get back to you.
And see, that's how I know you're a business woman. When you get a cell phone number out, that shows you serious. That's it. That's how you know you are truly an entrepreneur. You get that number out like that. Yeah, that's it. That lets your people know that you care about them.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna be there, because anybody said, "Let me call my office," but you give them the cell number. So
Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
that's it.
And so we got to be there for them.
And I personally have seen her at a lot of different panels speaking just about financial literacy. Let's talk about credit, because I know that's a big issue when people are trying to get, and I know you know a lot about this too, especially when you're trying to purchase a home as a realtor, or if you're trying to get a car or anything as a big ticket. What are some of the obstacles that people have to go through, and how can you improve your credit?
Okay, so let's start by talking about what the credit scores are. Okay, the FICO credit scores range between 300 and 850 with an average of 711. So 25% of adults have a poor credit score, which is below 600. It's very important that we know what our credit score is. You can get your credit score free on Credit Karma, Experian. There's so many different ways that you can find out what your credit score is, because you don't want to go somewhere and apply for something and not know what your credit is and get turned down. And then you have to wonder why that get turned down. So it's better to be informed before you do something like that. But 79% of credit reports contain inaccuracies and errors. So in that situation, you have the right to dispute whatever's on your credit report that's not right. So, and you can actually just do it right on the computer. You pull up your credit report, there is a space on there for you to type your dispute in right away. And they have 30 days to respond. And if they don't respond within 30 days, then you automatically have to take it off. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff people don't know when it comes to credit repair. There are some programs out there. There's some good programs, but then there are some bad programs. And you really have to know the difference between the good ones and the bad ones. Some things that the bad ones will do, they'll have you the money up front. And they'll tell you, I can get this removed in 2 weeks. And that's not true. So don't fall for, those companies like that. Credit repair is a process, so we have to go through the whole thing. We can't skip those steps.
No.
Sometimes we want to skip a step.
Yes.
We can't skip a step.
And there's two things I want to talk about. A lot of companies that advertise, I think it's called whitewash or something, where they say they're going to wipe everything off of your credit. It's an illegal practice that these companies are doing.
Yeah, they can't do that.
So make sure that you stay away from companies that offer that.
Right.
Also, there's other companies that offer what's called a CPN.
Don't
You
do
heard about
that.
that?
Oh, the people will be knocking at your door.
Tell them what CPN is.
And so I can't think of what the acronym is, but ultimately it's like giving you another social security number. They go and they find like a deceased person's social security number, and it's like giving you another identity. And it's highly illegal.
It's definitely
But
illegal.
people they online, they sell them. So if you hear those terms, stay away from it. If it sounds too good to be true, 9 out of 10 times.
Well, in all honesty, if you know that's not your social security number, you know it's wrong.
That's a good point.
That's it.
Exactly.
So be careful and watch out for these people. They'll try to market it to you. Oh, well, we're going to do this, but stay away from
Even
it.
though we're in a desperate, sometimes we're in a desperate situation where we want to get a quick fix, but it's going to hurt you in the long run. So you just have to really consider that and just don't do it.
Yeah, because you got to think about it too. I mean, that social security number may be tied to something else, and then eventually you will actually have to use that on something that is going to have a flag or alert.
Exactly.
IRS or the Department of Revenue or something that is going to cause alert. So just be do it the safe way.
CPN stands for a credit privacy number is what it stands for. So stay away from that.
Yes, please stay away from that.
But there are companies, I actually work with a company that, they will help you the right way to fix your credit. And it's not just fixing your credit, it's called a credit protection plan. So we teach you how to budget, we have credit restoration, we teach you how to build credit. There's an attorney that we provide that helps you with credit. There's credit monitoring. We have Rocket Lawyer, which is you can go on and there's all kinds of legal forms that you can tweak to fit what you need. And we actually have a lawyer that you can use or utilize to do your trust, your will, all that in this program.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And those are some of the things that a lot of people also don't know, that wills and trusts. You got to know the difference, and you got to know that they mean different things.
Right.
And that it is important because if you have assets or you have property, you want to be able to have it in a trust or will so that it can be left to the loved ones that you want it to be left to, and not because I do know that in most cases, if you don't have a will, you don't have a trust, most cases it will go to the government and or your debt, the people who you owe debt first, and then your loved ones. So then they may not even get what you maybe want them to have.
Exactly. Yeah, but it is definitely important to have all your assets in a will and in a trust. And you don't want, like after you pass away, siblings arguing over what mom wanted me to have, you know what I'm saying? So if you already have it laid out in a will, then there's no misunderstanding. But you also need to have it in a trust, because if you have it in a will has to go through probate.
Yeah.
And the probate could take 2-3 years, however long. It's a long process. So it wouldn't be like if you had it in a trust.
Ooh, we got a call.
Okay.
Are they going to Higgs in there? Yeah, those are things, really important things, especially when you're talking about will and estate planning.
Okay, great. So we got a caller. All right, welcome to Reliable Representation Talk Show. Oh, there you go. Hi, welcome to Reliable Representation Talk Show.
Thank you so much. I have a question. It is really serious in regards to Social Security numbers. I have a family member who is an ex-sister-in-law, whatever, but she has a tendency of getting people's Social Security numbers and hacking their phones and their bank accounts and all of that. And I just want to know what can be done to stop this.
What my advice would be is if you find out that she's doing that, file a police report. Because that's called identity theft. And so if you file a police report, the person whose numbers she's getting go and file police reports, that will help them. If she opens accounts in their name, she can get a police report to the credit bureaus and possibly help get this stuff removed from people's credit.
Okay. Well, she's getting their Social Security number. She's hacking into bank accounts. Even if you have a security system. And I mean, just doing all kind of ridiculous stuff. And I think I know where she's getting the information to get your Social Security number. I'm trying to prove it, but I think her mom works at a jail and she's running the NCIC reports or whatever and giving her other family members Social Security numbers.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
you need to report that to the Attorney General's office and let them do an investigation, and they could, get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
Yes.
This is something that's really serious. It's a really serious matter. I take it really serious, but she thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
That's very serious.
As soon as possible, just go to the Attorney General's office and file a complaint.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad that you brought that up because a lot of people are dealing with certain issues and we won't know until we talk about it.
Mhm.
So thank you for bringing up all of these different things. And this is why we do the show,
Right.
to help people,
Mhm.
because we don't know what people are going through until we actually bring up topics that people are really actually going and dealing with every day. So
And there are people out there doing that. And on the end, I think they call it phishing.
Mhm.
How they look for your information, they have blacklists, or they'll put your social security number.
Absolutely.
They will actually sell your whole profile. Like they have your social security number. If you have a good credit score,
Mhm.
they'll have this person has a 700 credit score. This is a social. This is their date of birth, and they'll sell it on the black market to other people. And people pay big money for it.
And this is why I normally, when I go places, I don't connect to the free Wi-Fi's because when you're in those coffee shops or donut places and you're connecting to the free Wi-Fi's, there are people in there with their laptops,
Mhm.
and that's what they're doing. They're trying to hack into your phones and your actual computer. So be mindful of when you go into public spaces and connecting to other people's Wi-Fi because that could be a way of them getting your
Right.
information as well.
Absolutely.
It's not secure. All these
Not
public
secure.
Wi-Fi's
Right.
are not secure. They can get your stuff in a heartbeat. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back into the credit because I know that that's but we're gonna save some for you to come and call her
Okay.
as well. But I want you to go into more detail if you do want to, but
Absolutely.
or go into anything else that you want to talk about. And we want to make sure that we talk about your book.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So getting back to the credit, some things that affect your credit is your payment history. What does that mean? Your payment history is how do you pay your bill on time? If it goes over 30 days, it's going to reflect negatively on your credit report. And that's a strike against your credit report. So that's going to make your score go down. Okay. And if you have delinquent items on your credit report, that's going to make your score go down. That's something else that factors into your credit score. So we need to make sure that we pay our bills on time, and don't go out there and get as a lot of credit cards. Remember when you were in college?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's this new application. You get like 10 credit cards.
Thought I was doing it. They have no kind of job. No kind of job. I had the credit card.
Look, do you want to go shopping? Come on,
Come on.
with me.
Go to the movies. Let's go out to eat.
Right. And so now I bet that's biting somebody in the butt right now. So
Cassandra Ward Peterson, thank you for tuning in. But she says hello and thank you for this valuable information.
oh, you're absolutely welcome.
But actually, they passed legislation several years ago about credit card companies targeting college students that didn't have jobs. And so they put limits on like how many, what the credit limits can possibly be, but they put a lot of rules in place. Because you said back in the day, you get the application like you get 10, 15 credit cards with no job. And
$1,000 each, I think. Minimum or something.
But I'm glad they did that because your credit is messed up. You
Right.
graduate, your credit messed up, you can't get a place to
Got
live.
student loans, bad credit.
All across the board. So thankful for that legislation.
Yeah.
Back when they got
And do you know, Joe Biden had a program where he was paying off student loans. So my student loans actually got paid off.
Mine too.
And it came off my credit report. I was like,
I did.
oh, how much did that come off my credit report?
And I noticed that like 2 weeks ago. Well, actually, they sent me.
You just recently.
Mhm. Yeah. Because they're doing it in equal, I guess in different time periods where they're waiving it. But what happened was like when he first said that he was gonna do it like way back last year, I actually got an email from the U.S. Department of Education saying that since it's been such a long time income, I had been a part of that program and all that. So I was like, I'm not telling nobody. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And then they kept on saying it. And I said, God, I just had to pray, like a Sierra prayer. I was like, God, y'all know I'm trying to get this house. I'm trying to get this,
That debt to income.
That debt to income. And that's another thing I want you to talk about. That debt to income was hurting me because I'm like, I got all these student loans with Tougaloo and Jackson State and all this. I'm trying to get all this wonderful education. And however I got these loans. So That's not if that's not the reason why I'm gonna vote for Biden, but it sure is gonna be a great thing.
Okay.
Because
That's why
that
you-
is a blessing.
That's why you had the I voted sticker on. Don't you have that I voted sticker on?
That's right.
Huh?
Biden is right on time with me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, since you got this special connection, your prayers get through for student
That's
loans.
right.
So you put me in the next
Okay,
time.
I definitely will.
I'll help you on the other side. You
Okay.
say Jesus,
That's
but
right.
please.
That's right. I said that prayer right before Christmas. I said, ooh,
Wow.
please just let this be true. This email. I didn't say it to anyone. I didn't tell anyone because I was like, because I have Credit Karma app on my phone, so I look at it religiously like I do all my bank accounts. So I know, okay, they report every 7 days. And I was like, okay, so it takes, if it comes off, I'm gonna give it about 14 days. And then I'm gonna say, okay, if it don't come off in 14 days and it doesn't reduce, then I'm gonna go back in 30 days and keep looking at it. And sure enough, it said,
Girl.
minus. I said, oh, thank you, God. I was so excited.
I know, I was too, because a friend of mine reminded me, he was like, my student loans got erased. Have you checked your credit? And I was like, I said, I looked at it last week and it was still on there. He said, you might want to check again. So I checked again.
And I would say anyone who's over the age of 35.
Mhm.
Yes. So if you've been on it for a long period of time, I think it's like 10 plus years,
Mhm.
being consistent, making payments, and being on the income retention plan,
Mhm.
go check your Credit Karma. It's free. It's a free app.
Right. All you gotta do is download it, put your
Right.
social information in, and it will pull up two of your credit
Mhm.
bureaus, TransUnion and Experian.
Experience.
And Equifax, no, TransUnion and Equifax.
Equifax, right.
Experian has an app on its own. You can
Mhm.
download and get your experience, so you'll have all three of your
And
scores.
like she said, you can dispute everything. You can see what I like about the Credit Karma app is you can go and you can dispute it, like you said, right through there.
Mhm.
And you also can go in there and see how many, like if you late on the payment, you can see that. It tells you what you're eligible for, like if you're eligible for even lower insurance, like auto insurance.
Right.
Like all of that, that's a really great thing. But the main thing is if you're looking to get your credit repaired,
Mhm.
they can reach out to Brenda Myers on the telephone number, which is 601-672-0695. If you're looking to get insurance or credit repair, this is the person that you need to contact. She really knows her stuff. She has been doing this for how long?
Insurance for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And can you also tell people, some people don't realize, but your credit score affects your insurance rates.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
Like, well, with the prime companies,
Mhm.
oh, they would definitely check your credit. They look at all of that stuff, and it lets them know how responsible, you are, if you got to pay your bill and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, and even with a job, some jobs check your
They
credit.
sure do.
So, we just have to be mindful and make our credit a priority. Sometimes we're like, well, I'll skip this month, I'll pay it next month.
Mhm.
Don't do that.
Mhm.
Don't do that.
People will argue and say all the time that cash is king,
Mhm.
credit is king.
Credit is
Yeah.
key.
You use
It
your
really
credit and you
is.
keep your cash in the thing. You
Absolutely.
use the credit because if you have good credit, you can get good interest rates.
Mhm, mhm.
You're looking at buying a vehicle, 3% interest rate versus a 23% interest rate.
Right, absolutely. That is key right there. You want to go and you buy a car, you get a lower interest rate, but if your credit is horrible, you paying 23, 24% interest rate. And that's going to make your monthly payment, astronomical. Who wants to pay $800 a month for a Ford Taurus? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yep, that's it.
You
That's
definitely right.
That's it.
Mhm.
I really hate how when you have bad credit, you have really high interest rates,
Mhm.
because if you have a person in poverty, you can never get out of it.
Yeah.
If you're a kid where you're paying $700-800 a month for a car, but it's the
Yes.
only option you have.
That should be illegal.
It really,
You know,
it really should. It should be capped. I understand there might be a higher risk, but a 23% interest rate,
That's crazy.
they should cap it. They said, well, we can't give you 3%, but maximum is 5%.
Right.
Give people a
right.
chance to say,
Right.
or say you can't get this kind of car, you have to get this kind of car,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there should be because it's really predatory lending.
It is,
And-
that's
and
exactly what it is.
People can never come up as long as they're struggling. You got to worry about paying your other bills. You fall
Mhm.
behind on other stuff, trying to pay a car note, insurance, rent.
And all of that is from lack of education,
Yes.
you know, lack of knowledge. So we
Mhm.
have to educate ourselves. And that's why we do shows like this and put information out so we can help people. You know, I often think about people who have been renting for a long time. They could have bought those houses 3, 4, 5 times, but they just never knew that they could actually buy a house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, you know, we just need to get out in the community and give as much information as we can to the people.
I had a client, I sell real estate as well. Had a client, she bought a house. She had been living in an apartment for 29 years. And when she got to the closing table, she said, "Oh my God, I bought a house 29 years ago. One more year, I would have owned a house. When I moved at this apartment, they only gave me part of my security deposit
That's
back.
true.
I paid 29 years ago."
That's what I'm saying. Isn't that awful?
That's awful. But I told her, you know what? Hold your head up, because guess what? You're a homeowner now. You
Right,
you were late
exactly.
getting here. Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
You now are a homeowner. So we
It's
have
never
to
too
really,
late.
we have to really think about that. You're not gonna get anything back. You know, talking about wealth building,
Mhm.
if you're renting your entire life, when you pass away, you don't have an inheritance to pass on to your children.
Exactly.
But if you own your home, you can get your children can inherit it. They can maybe live in it or maybe sell it.
Mhm.
Rental property, you're leaving a legacy behind. So you got to think about that big picture.
Yeah,
that's-
so, go ahead.
That's just teaching them how to build wealth. You
It
know, you're
is.
still accumulating wealth. You're letting your property, your assets work for you, which is creating wealth, you know?
That's true. Cassandra Ward Peterson said, I hope we could offer this information to scholars while they are in school. Now, that's
Absolutely.
really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they have some programs where they do offer some
Mhm.
courses, but some of them might not go as in-depth,
Mhm.
you know, as some of the private, the people who teach about these things do. So I would be more than happy to go in any school and talk to any seniors or juniors about the importance of credit and the importance of life insurance and setting up your will and getting a trust, because, we want to make sure we have all of our ducks in a row before it's too late. Like if we get to the point where we need it and we don't have it, it's too late,
So I want you, because I know we got like 9 minutes ago, and I want to give her a chance to talk about the book. Also, y'all, she has a lot of accolades and awards, but she's also an author. So tell them the book that you have.
Okay. Well, this is just one of the books. This is
Oh, that's just one of them. All right now.
Okay.
Gotta put this on the camera.
that is so I have one book anthology. That's the international best-selling book anthology, which is I wrote a chapter in a book with a lot of other authors, and it became an international bestseller. My very first book was How to Become an Entrepreneur, Learn How to Start and Grow Your Business. And then after that, I did The Productive Entrepreneur. So that's the book that I have here today that I want to present to Ms. Krista. A very autographed copy.
Okay, thank you.
Look at got it. All right.
Thank you. And I shared it with you.
Okay.
Because we share.
Will you read?
And then we have something to give to you. It's just a little happy when you're at home from Representative and David and I. It's to you. We're coming to our show. We like to give you a little happy. So when you're at home after work, you just kind of put it in the bathtub and kind of, enjoy it.
I know, right? I can
Relax.
Yes.
See there, we having Christmas in March.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
Gifts are
you.
going all around and
Thank you. You
everything.
can take my picture real quick.
I sure will. Love to.
Hey, look, and so,
Tell us a little bit about your book.
yeah.
This one right here.
So it teaches you all the secrets of becoming a productive entrepreneur. A lot of times we spin our wheels during the day. We just spend a lot of downtime doing nothing, but we have to make every minute count throughout the day. And so the book has step by step some things you need to do just to make sure that your day is productive.
Wow.
Yeah.
So y'all need to go to Amazon.com and y'all need to get this book. And of course, we want to support her business. So again, we want to go to 601. If you want to contact her, to make an appointment is 601-672-0695, Brenda Myers.
Yes.
All right, and we definitely appreciate you. Do you have any last minute, thoughts or anything that you want to say to anyone or shout out?
Well, I do want to mention that this Saturday, I think you touched on it, this Saturday, there's the program at the Jackson Hines Comprehensive Health Center. And there's going to be a lot of information. You come out and get your screenings, but you can also get other information. Like I'm going to be a vendor there. Yeah, I'm going to hand out information about insurance. So you can come out and get some free information and, just bring the kids, bring the family, and just make a family day of it.
And also, she got an upcoming event. She'll send us the flyer and we'll post it on our page. But she does have an upcoming event that will be on eventbrite.com to get your tickets. So look out for that.
Yes, it's called Business and Personal Insurance Business and Personal Credit Conference.
You guys got to get your ticket for that. Whatever county that you're in, get your tickets so you can come up because this is important. You'll be able to ask any questions and you'll be able to talk to her and you'll be able to see, exactly what she does on a daily basis.
And Ms. Cassandra Peterson, you asked about location. This is going to be at the main campus of Jackson Hines Comprehensive.
On Northside Drive.
On Northside Drive. I'm thinking that that's what the location. What time is it going to be?
From 10 to 2, I believe.
Okay, so just Ms. Peterson. It's going to be a great event. Jackson Hines Comprehensive, they do so much.
I'm telling you, and we need facilities and things like that in the community.
Yeah, we really, you're welcome, Ms. Peterson. We really need, we have to support. They have a clinic out in part of my district, so out in Utica, and they're on Rider out in Utica, nice clinic. We had a little festival in Utica Saturday. They were all the mobile unit. They were doing screenings. They took blood. I was trying to sneak behind and walk behind. They grabbed me and took blood pressure and checked my glucose and.
Small communities need that. We can't forget about the small communities.
That's it. And the thing that impressed me most was after they did all of that, when they do it, we did it. These are your numbers. They actually sat there and they looked at, your blood pressure, and blood pressure 131/80. We want to get that down a little bit as we eat a lot of fast food. What are you eating?
Oh, wow. So they had a little consultation with you.
Had a consultation and told me things I could do, because 130, that's slightly elevated with blood pressure, but it still needs to come down some. So they couldn't eat, so, you're okay. And I'm walking around thinking I'm fine, but they were able to offer suggestions, get the sodium out of your diet. But we need that care. So I appreciate that. Every time I see Dr. Chapman, I just go crazy. So she's an amazing person. She also lives in District 66.
Oh, okay.
As well. Very, very great person.
Awesome.
Well, we got 3 minutes. I want to thank you again. Give it up for Brenda Myers.
Thank you.
Can you come back sometime?
Absolutely.
All right, we had a great show, and I want to give it to Representative Nelson so he can let us know about all the politics that's going on and the Medicaid expansion, if he can elaborate.
All right, so that's gonna be a long conversation. So I'll give you the intro of it. But we do have a Medicaid expansion bill that we passed out of the House. This happened about 2 weeks ago. It's currently over in the Senate. And this is going to expand Medicaid. I think we're going to add probably about 150 to 200,000 Mississippians with this Medicaid expansion bill. There is a work requirement currently in the bill, which we're not happy about, but we think that we will be able to defeat that. And so let's go over there. They're going to work on it, get it done. And we got Representative Brown here. Thank you so much for filling in for Representative Brown. And
You did a good job.
I wasn't feeling in. I was just a few minutes guest.
We appreciate it.
Representative Brown, this is Brenda Myers.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Brown. How are you?
Y'all carry on and close out.
Okay.
All right, so definitely we're gonna talk a little bit more about the other things that we have going on, but it's very, at least Medicaid expansion, education.
Yes.
So today, we're working on budgets, and so today I'm gonna make sure I got the numbers right. But we passed an appropriation bill. It was House Bill 1823. No, I'm sorry. It was 1823. In this appropriations bill, we have we've given $229 million more this year in public education. it's a big win. However, it's still not fully funding MAEP, but it's a huge win because we're giving our schools $229 million more dollars. Passed in the House, it's going over to the Senate. We still got work to do on education. But ultimately, we're going to catch on up on all of this next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I'm going to let Ms. Moni sign us on off. She's packing up, y'all. She got somewhere to go.
Yes, I'm
She
gonna
running
tell
with
y'all, I want y'all to go to our page. Representative Nelson is gonna put it on his page. We got a TikTok. You know, we big on that TikTok, so we got a TikTok video that we want to see that's gonna go viral. We just know it's gonna go viral. But I want to say we love you guys. Thank you. We see you every Thursday right here at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.